Representative Erickson, thank you for joining us. Can you start out by explaining the district that you represent and what your constituents care about?
The district I represent is located in east central Minnesota, and it consists of 3 counties, Mille Lacs, Sherburne, and Knabec. It is an area that is somewhat suburban in that the southern end is close to the suburbs, or closer, and the middle part is farming, and the northern part is tourism because it's Lake Mille Lacs.
If you look back over your time at the legislature, is there any legislation that you're particularly proud of?
Well, I think teacher evaluation, principal evaluation, the quality compensation for teachers, an alternative pay system is something I'm very proud of, and then various policy changes that have had to do with testing and with raising standards in the classroom for our teachers to use in public education, charter and regular. So those have been the pieces of legislation that I think have really helped in the education arena. When it comes to Lake Mille Lacs, legislation surrounding tourism and legislation that has maybe put the DNR on tougher notice, that we want them to pay attention to what's happening in our great jewel of a walleye lake.
What will some of your legislative priorities be this session? I take it that Mille Lacs will be one of them?
Mille Lacs will be one of them. I'm working on an economic package as well as a tourism package. So the economic package will, I hope, provide some grants to the businesses that are suffering because of the early walleye shutdown last August, and because we had a late ice fishing season, or having a late ice fishing season. So some grants to these businesses, or more importantly, to enhance the entire economy around Lake Mille Lacs, to give entrepreneurs and innovators a chance to locate in the industrial parks around the area, in the Isle area, for example, and Onamia, and it goes into Aiken County as well. So McGrath would be another, and Garrison in Crow Wing County would be another area where we could use a real boost in economic development. But hopefully the grants will come in the form of infrastructure or directly available to those entrepreneurs and innovators that I spoke of earlier. Also, the tourism package, we need to promote Mille Lacs in a little different way, more broadly as a family vacation area, and of course a great fishing area. So that'll be part of it. And then there are a few other items that I'll put in there as well that I hope will spur some interest in Lake Mille Lacs. So that'll be Lake Mille Lacs. The other will focus on education policy. The fact that we are a data-rich state, and that the Department of Education and our testing companies collect a lot of data about our students. And so I want to focus on how is that data collected, how is it used, how is it protected, and to what ability do parents, students, and teachers have access. So it's going to be the beginning of maybe a fact-finding mission to find out about data, because when you get into student data, it's pretty controversial. And parents are very concerned about how data of their students, even if it's testing data, is used, but we have other data we collect as well. There's a student survey about which parents are concerned because the questions are intrusive, and we want to take a look at that, but this might not be the session to resolve any of those. That's why I called it a fact-finding session, where we come together and find facts. And then, of course, I'm always looking at how the new Education Success for Every Student, the ESSA Act that came out of the Congress, how that's going to play out in Minnesota, what policy changes might be needed or policy modifications. So my plate will be full for 7 meetings. That's all that I have for education policy this session, 7 meetings. So we're going to be extremely busy, and that's why fact-finding is a good thing to do during this short session.
Who inspires you, and what do you find inspirational about him or her?
I would say that it's the students of the United States, and particularly Minnesota, who inspire me and motivate me. I want to have the best possible opportunities for them wherever they live, wherever they attend school, whatever their circumstances might be, and move them to a level where they see hope for the future, they have opportunity. This morning I visited Cristo Rey in Minneapolis. I was at Bloomington Academy last week, and I'm looking at various programs that help our students, especially those who might be from families who live in poverty, who have had little opportunity, who may speak English as their second language and are still learning it, who have emigrated to the United States and specifically settled in Minnesota or the Twin Cities. So various programs that we could work on in the future. Not that we have to legislate it, but we have to allow for policy that will give school districts the opportunity to launch a program like Bloomington Academy. So they're interested in a pilot so they can show the rest of the state how that works. I'm interested also in school choice and how the Cristo Rey school can be an inspiration even to public schools to look at the kind of program that they offer students who come to school, but also who have jobs in Fortune 500 companies in a study area as high school students, 9 through 12. Once a week they are at a Target or a Cargill or General Mills or Health Partners, learning what it's like to be in the work world and to use the skills they learn in school to become productive citizens and to understand and know what our great republic is about.
Thank you, Representative Erickson.
Thank you.